The kitchen of Le Rue Grand Hotel woke up before the sun. Stainless steel counters gleamed under harsh white lights. Ovens hummed like restless beasts, and the smell of fresh bread mixed with roasted garlic. It was a place of sharp knives, sharper tongues, and egos that burned hotter than the stoves. At the center of it all stood Victor Hale, the head chef, famous, feared, and adored by food critics. His jacket was always spotless, his voice always loud, his confidence unshakable. To the staff, he was a legend. To anyone beneath him, he was a storm. Ethan Cole pushed his janitor's cart quietly along the tiled floor, careful not to disturb the rhythm of the kitchen. At 36, his shoulders carried more weight than just years of mopping floors. He was a single father to an 8-year-old boy named Liam, and every late shift, every extra hour, meant groceries, school supplies, and rent paid on time. His uniform was faded, his boots scuffed, but his movements were calm and precise. He cleaned like someone who respected the space, not like someone rushing to disappear. Victor noticed him immediately, as he noticed everything that didn't belong to his world of plated perfection. "Hey," Victor barked, clapping his hands. "Careful there, Picasso. Don't smear your art all over my floor." A few cooks snickered. Ethan paused, looked up, and offered a polite nod. "Sorry, chef." "Almost done?" Victor smirked. "Of course you are. That's what you people always say." The laughter grew louder, sharper. Ethan swallowed it down and returned to his work. He learned long ago that silence was cheaper than pride. Over the next few weeks, Victor's comments became routine. Little jabs tossed casually like salt over a dish. "Watch it. Mop King. Don't get ideas you're not cooking anything in here. Ever seen a knife this sharp? Or do you just play with brooms?" Each time, Ethan absorbed it, eyes down, jaw tight. The staff noticed. Some felt uneasy. Others enjoyed the show. One evening, during a particularly busy dinner service, a problem erupted. A VIP table had ordered a complex-tasting menu. One dish came back twice overcooked, then underseasoned. Victor's temper flared. He shouted orders, slammed pans, and cursed the air itself. The pressure in the kitchen thickened. Ethan was wiping a spill near the prep station when Victor turned suddenly. "You," he said, pointing with his tongs. "Single dad, right?" Ethan hesitated. "Yes, chef." Victor's grin widened. "I've got an idea. Let's have some fun. You've been watching us cook every night, yeah? Think you could do better." The kitchen went quiet. Ethan straightened. "I'm just here to clean, chef." "Oh, come on," Victor said, spreading his arms. "One little challenge. For fun, you cook one dish. I'll cook the same. We'll let the staff decide. Fair." A nervous laugh rippled through the room. Someone whispered, "This is going to be brutal." Ethan felt heat creep up his neck. He thought of Liam, asleep at home, trusting him to come back with another day's pay. He thought of how easily humiliation could turn into unemployment. "I don't think that's appropriate," he said carefully. Victor leaned in. "Scared?" The word hung in the air like smoke. Ethan took a slow breath. "If I say yes, will this end?" Victor laughed. "Oh, I promise. If you win, I'll shut up forever." "And if I lose?" Ethan asked. Victor shrugged. "Then you admit you're just a janitor." The kitchen watched. Every eye pressed on him. Ethan nodded once. "Okay." A prep cook handed Ethan a clean apron. It didn't quite fit, but he tied it anyway. Victor announced the challenge loudly, theatrically. One dish. Open pantry. 30 minutes. Victor moved like a general into battle, grabbing ingredients with dramatic flair. Butter sizzled, herbs flew, and he narrated his brilliance with every step. Ethan stood still for a moment, scanning the shelves. He closed his eyes briefly, as if listening to something no one else could hear. When he opened them, his movements were steady, purposeful. He selected simple ingredients: chicken thighs, onions, garlic, paprika, lemon, fresh parsley. No truffles. No gold leaf, just food. As the timer started, Victor worked fast and loud. He flambéed, plated with tweezers, barked orders that weren't needed. Ethan worked quietly. He seasoned with care, tasting as he went. He adjusted heat, waited when patience mattered, moved when timing demanded it. His hands remembered things his uniform never revealed. Some of the staff drifted closer. The sous chef frowned slightly, watching Ethan's technique. "That's interesting," she murmured. Victor glanced over and scoffed. "Beginner's luck posture," he said. "Seen it 100 times?" Halfway through, Victor's sauce broke. He cursed and rushed to fix it. Ethan's pan simmered gently, the aroma spreading warm, comforting, unmistakably good. It smelled like home. When time was called, two plates sat side by side. Victor's dish was stunning, precise lines, vibrant colors, art on porcelain. Ethan's was simple, golden chicken resting in a glossy sauce. Herbs scattered naturally, steam rising. The general manager, drawn by the commotion, stepped in. "What's going on?" "A little fun," Victor said smoothly. "Taste test." They tasted Victor's first. It was good. Technically perfect, impressive, polite nods followed. Then they tasted Ethan's. Silence. The sous chef closed her eyes. Elaine Cook let out a low wow. The manager took another bite without speaking. Finally, the manager looked up. "Who made this?" Ethan wiped his hands on his apron. "I did." Victor laughed too loudly. "Come on. It's rustic. Nostalgic tricks." The manager shook his head. "No. It's balanced. It's honest. It tells a story." He turned to the staff. "Who do you think won?" Hands went up. Slowly at first, then more. Then almost all. Victor stared, disbelief cracking his face. "This is a joke." The manager met his gaze. "It's not." The kitchen buzzed. Whispers flew. "Victor?" Ours mouth opened, then closed. He looked at Ethan like he was seeing him for the first time. "You said you'd stop," Ethan said quietly. Victor said nothing. The manager asked Ethan, "Where did you learn to cook like this?" Ethan hesitated. "My mother. She ran a small diner. I cooked with her until she passed. I worked kitchens for years. When my wife died, I needed steady hours. This job fit." The room softened. Even Victor looked away. The manager nodded slowly. "If you ever want a trial shift on the line, let me know." Ethan smiled faintly. "Thank you, but my son likes seeing me home at night." Victor cleared his throat. "I didn't know." Ethan met his eyes. "You didn't ask." Service resumed, quieter, humbler. Victor didn't speak much that night. When Ethan finished his shift, Victor stopped him near the door. "For what it's worth," Victor said, voice low, "you're not nothing." Ethan nodded. "I know." He went home to Liam, cooked him a simple dinner, and listened as his son talked about school. The world hadn't changed overnight, but something important had shifted. Respect had found its place not because of titles or jackets, but because skill and dignity don't need permission to exist. And in the kitchen of LaRue Grand Hotel, no one ever called the janitor just a janitor again.